Hey, what's up, guys? So this is going to be the weekly recap. So I guess where I really kind of want to start off with is I want to show you my last combine. So I I've passed like four of these combines. I've had an XFA account, and then I've blown it. And like before I really kind of get into this, I feel like this is gonna be a little bit more of a personal recap. And for those of you guys that actually watch this, I would love for you guys to hold me accountable. But I go through these periods where it's like I get my ass kicked, then I'm super disciplined. I follow the rules really well, and then I just go absolute ape shit. And it could be a couple of different things that make me do that. I can have a really really good day. I'll make a shit ton of money, and then the greed aspect kicks in, or I'll get rushed and I'll start having some bad trading days. I'll revenge trade and try to get my money back because I feel like I got robbed, or like that it's unfair that I lost the money that I lost, or whatever. Um, uh, the impatience thing has been coming up a lot lately because I've been super busy at work, and so I don't have as much time to be laser focused. But at the same time, I'm also trading completely wrong. And whenever I get my ass kicked, I like it because it really causes me to stop and just pause, be present. And I feel like that's something that's extremely important for people to, I don't know, like really do, especially when we're going through things. Because no matter what, you follow like whatever your mentor or guru or whoever the fuck you're learning trading from. You can listen to them all day long, but it doesn't matter. The only person that's going to make you successful is you. And and even for the guys that are in my room that are like, I'm helping you guys out. If you guys have not like had me tell you this 50 million times already, it doesn't matter how I trade. You have to figure out what works for you, your style, your everything, like your lifestyle, like literally everything. And because in trading, there's a trillion different scenarios that can happen. How are you gonna react in each one of those? Like, are you super busy? Do you have all the time in the world? I had this guy that I was working with that was absolutely killing it. Had all fucking day to trade. That was half the problem. He literally sat here with like 50 screens around him all day long, from like 4 o'clock in the morning till like 4 o'clock at night. He made a shit ton of money. Honestly, he probably made more money than I've ever made in trading, but then he blew all of it in one day. Why? He had too much time on his hands. He wasn't following the process. Didn't have risk management, all that kind of stuff. But like the dude was fucking killing it. And yeah, like I mean, there's a million different scenarios that could screw you up. Like right now, I'm exactly the opposite of him. Like where I don't have the time to focus, but I'm trying to force shit, and it's not working. So this is my account that I blew this last week. I don't remember if this is 2 different days. So if you start seeing this, like I don't know if this has any more. Should have more. But there's some not ungodly size. I mean, I'm still trading micros, but on some of here, I'm pretty sure I had like 30 micros. But that's the thing that I'm going to get to. So way too much size, way too many entries. Like this is just straight gambling. I'm going to be completely honest. I used to hate when people said that you're gambling. Like in small caps, I had setups. I don't like. I'm working on setups right now in futures, but this is straight fucking gambling. So there's that. But today, and this is kind of the thing that made me kind of reflect a lot is I was listening to this coach that's in Top Step, and he said the other day, he's like, I, it's really not hard to make more money than you need, but then still be less than what you want. And for some reason, when he said that, it really hit me because, somebody asked him like if making $600 a day is good. He's like, dude, like, yeah, $600 is really good. I used to have this. I don't know what the hell I did with it. I had this poster that showed like how much money you'd make if this. One second. How much money you would make if you averaged a certain amount of money each day. And so you really don't need that much money to make a good chunk of change. I mean, like, you start looking at this, like, $100 a day is an extra $25,000. Like, obviously, especially with Top Step, you're going to have to pay, your fees, but, like, let's just break that down for a second. Okay, so you get, with Top Step, the first, actually, no, I'm pretty sure the first 20, no, it is $10,000. I believe it is $10,000. First $10,000 you get free and clear. So then on the $15,000, you'd have to give them a 10% cut. So you would lose $1,500 right off the top. Okay, so you still make $1,350 plus 10, $2,350. Cool. Then you have to pay taxes on that. Okay, well, you're gonna lose however much money you're gonna lose with that. I don't remember, but okay, like, you're still gonna walk away with, worst case scenario, like, at least, like, I don't know, like, what, 18 grand, 15, 18 grand, something like that. I'm not a fucking CPA or whatever, so I don't know. But, like, imagine if somebody just dropped that in your lap. Really, like, how would that make you feel? If somebody dropped like $15,000 to $18,000 in my lap right now, I'd be like, fuck yes, that's awesome. Like, I'd have a huge payment to go down on the principal of my house. I'd be ecstatic. Really, I truly would. Now, like, for those of you that actually been trading for quite a while, I want you to think about this too. How difficult is it to make $100 a day? It's not. Like, at the very beginning, I remember when I first started out trading, that was the goal. The goal was to make $100 a day. But how quickly that just kind of faded away out of existence the second I started using more size. I got into a mentoring program, and I started pushing size really, really quick. And before I knew it, I was making over $1,000 a day. And I was like, holy shit, dude, this just changed my life. And when I talk to my newer students that are just now getting into trading, I keep on telling them, dude, don't push size. Because it fucks with your head. People can say whatever the hell they want. It's going to fuck with your head. Because you're going to try to push more size because you see these big numbers on the screen. But, like, I want you to look up at this number up here. 270. You know how freaking easy that was to make $270 today? I literally made it. What, I'm making 1 15-minute bar? I did not. I made it in. So I got here. So that's at 9:45, and I exited my position at 10. Okay, so almost an hour, right? So I made almost $270 in 1 hour. Well, I didn't make shit. It's a practice account. Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter, right? If you really think about this in the correct way, they're all fucking practice accounts. Because even once you go to the live thing, like, what the fuck is the difference between a practice account and a real account? The only difference is emotions. And people can agree with me, disagree with me. Like, honestly, don't give a fuck. Like, it's the truth. Like, really, if you can just... I think that the biggest problem for me is A, my patience, and B, like, I get way too fucking greedy. I want I feel like it ties into patience yet again, because I want everything right now. I want to be making $5,000 a day right now. 10,000, but that's the other problem. That's the flip side of it. Where me and my wife were just. I asked her. We just had dinner, and I was like, "Do you think I'm ungrateful?" And her first answer was, "No, you're definitely not ungrateful. You always want more, but that's just you being ambitious." And it's just like, and she started thinking about it. She's like, "Well, maybe it is ungrateful because I want more too, but I'm also completely okay with where I am right now. I know that the life that you and I are living is a lot of people would kill for this life." And I'm like, I feel like it really kind of hit me because it's like, and this did take me an hour, but like in all reality, I literally was like watching this. I took this trade. I wasn't really watching it until it got up around here, and then I watched it for like 5 minutes. I cut some of my position that I had too low of an entry. So I cut. So I had an entry at the 41s. I cut it at 45 and then re-entered short. Then I instantly covered 3, 10 points lower, and then covered everything. No, how did I do that? Okay, yeah. So I was in 2. I got in 3 at 2 points lower. I covered all at 45, or covered 3 at 45. Re-shorted at 45, which is damn near the top. And then I wrote it down and covered everything down here in the 30s and mid 20s. So, anyways, I wasn't watching it all that long, and I'm in ridiculously small size, or at least what I consider. I feel like most people would consider really small size. I mean, like I said, that's a $25,000 if you average $100. Average $200, over 50 grand. Now that's life changing kind of money for me. Like 50 grand. I mean, that's a huge ass chunk out of what I owe on this house. A couple years of being patient and just following the process, and not being a fucking greedy shithead. You change your life. But I feel like the thing that really screws me up, and I really think that this is a very common thing for a lot of different traders, is wanting to go too damn fast, wanting everything right fucking now. How can I be a better trader? Well, one thing I started doing, I want to give a little sneak peek away, but how I've been trading lately. Come over here to the open. I'm looking for the first 3 minutes. So typically I'm doing this and this. I'm trying to trade outside of this. So right here would have fucked me up because I would have seen this trend break, fell. I would have taken the short right here, and I would have got stopped out. It would have done like a under over, went back up. This is what I was looking at. So I didn't see the first 3 minutes. So that's one good thing because I was on the 15 minute. So the first 3 minutes, I'll delete this, and I believe it's this. So what I did see was this had a bottom, which I was off by a little bit. Bottom right here, top right there. I was like, okay, it's ranging. So for me, you buy here, you short here. Unfortunately, I shorted a little bit too low. I started shorting. I'm fucking down below the 40, like in the 40s. So I'm at like midway point, right? I don't like that. This thing started coming up here, and I was like, so I cut it off. Most of my position, I re-shorted. I wrote it all the way down, and I covered at the bottom of, or a little bit below the bottom of this, and then right, but this is a couple days ago, 15 minute, which it used as support, and then it came up here, which was very interesting to me. This is something I drew out a couple days ago of next like resistance points. Well, look at that shit. It did a fucking fake breakout, a perfect fake breakout, and you're risking, you know, like a point and a half. Like, and look at the fucking drop off on that shit. That is an insane ass move, right? So that's pretty crazy. But anyways, what I'm doing is I'm trying to trade within a range. Okay, this is at the top of the range, short at the top. Like, everyone's looking for this fucking breakout. Do the exactly opposite. Like, you know, yes, I do believe in like this kind of stuff where like stuff goes through, like this went through, ripped through, and continued on. Like that's a little bit different. Like, okay, like short here, you know, at like a certain point, okay, like 50 is a huge number. Like, okay, it went through and then came back. And, like, go down to a lower time frame, look for a pullback, a channel, and a breakout of the channel for a continuation, or however you want to do it. I'm still figuring out my own personal style of doing this, but I've been meditating a lot lately, and I got to this point where I'm almost done with my whole year of my meditation challenge, and at the very end, it started, you know, telling me to be more mindful, and starting to catch myself, and I feel like I'm getting a lot better at doing that. But like one thing that I really think that I need to do is I need to find the same discipline I had when I was, you know, a high level kickboxer, and I never missed training, ever. Like, I never, I don't know. There were so many different things that, like, I did that made me successful. And it wasn't until the very end that I found the real discipline. Like, you know, I was about to say I never drank when I was in fight camp. That's a lie. I never ate shitty food when I was in fight camp. That's a lie. At the very end of it, before I got super successful, that became true. And I feel like that's the exact same thing in training. You know, I have all these rules. How well do you follow your rules? I don't know. It depends. I have waves, just like when I was in kickboxing. But I feel like what separates me, I'm a good trader, and I've made money, but I've never been able to like get to that consistency, that the next level. And I feel like what that is you're accountable. So for me, there's another thing that guy said, the coach I was talking about earlier. He said, you know, nobody would go back and trade with just one contract for a whole year. They'd never do that. Instead of working on, you know, the money, work on being better. He's right. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna trade with one contract because I feel like that would drive me fucking insane. I'm not a monk. I'm not gonna have like the patience of a monk. But one thing I can do is I can trade 5 contracts for a whole year. I'm okay with making $270, and this was not always $270. I was down $70 at the very beginning, so like really I made like $340 on one solid trade. Well, two trades, I guess technically. I don't know how you look at that because I took in 2, I added to it, I cut off half, and then recycled. So I mean, I felt like I was building a position. I'm gonna call it one trade, but anyways. I really think that that's what I need to do. I need to hold myself accountable, and I need to only trade 5 contracts. I can pass the combine for sure with just 5 contracts. I can get in the XFA with just 5 contracts. I can get a live funded account with just 5 contracts. And then once I do that, I've done it for a whole year. Not only have I shown myself that I can be super fucking disciplined, but I'm going to have a lot more stats. Because I'm not going to keep blowing combines over and over and, you know, having a fucking machine gun of a day. You know, that's another thing. I really think that I need to have like a select number of trades I'm allowed to have. Like, you know, maybe 3 trades a day. Okay, 3 trades. 3 trades, 5 contracts, and start really refining my rules. And that's truly what I think I need to do, because if I don't find consistency, if I don't hold myself accountable, I'm never going to get to where I want to be. I'm going to keep on doing the same shit I'm doing over and over. Have a huge day, make a shit ton of money, then give all of it back or below the account or like whatever. And I don't know. I need to start finding. I need to refine my own process. So hopefully this has been a decent recap for you guys. I know I didn't go too much in depth on my trades, but like I said, if you go back to this shit, I mean, I don't know. I have no fucking idea what I like. Like, holy shit! Like, I mean, every day, it was a freaking machine gun went off. And like the crazy thing is on some of these days, I think on one of the days I made over $1,000. It's like, that's cool, man, but like, you trade all fucking day. That's another thing. Like, what is your goal? My goal is not to sit here all fucking day. My goal is to go and live life with my family. I am there all fucking day. The problem is I'm working a full-time job, so I also don't have 100% focus, and I feel like I have enough case studies to know that this does not fucking work. So change. Okay, like, I'm going to trade the open. It either works or it doesn't. And this is a little more trades than I would like, and I had bigger size, but this is what I would like. This, I feel like this right here, this is where the gold's at. So that's not even the same day. I think this is when I started reflecting on, like, man, maybe I should only use 5 contracts. And this is a red day also. But anyways, hopefully somebody gets something from this. Like I told you guys, the people that did not think that we were going to go up and start seeing all-time highs, I feel like that's exactly where we're going. Like, at the same time, I'm not a fucking idiot. Like, we're not gonna just rip through all this without, like, there's gonna be it's not gonna be easy. But I totally see all-time highs coming into play. That is my personal opinion. Actually, I need to take that off. Fuck. We broke above the 78 fib level. Like I said, I truly do. I would say you can quote me on this. I'm saying middle of June, early July at the absolute latest. I mean, really, I totally see a reclaim going on for sure. Anyways, I hope you guys had a much better week than I did. At the same time, like, that's the crazy thing. I had such a shitty week, but it's all smiles, man. Like, I have a great life. I have a great family. I really do love trading. It's not just for the money, and it's, I don't know, you just need to, I don't know, it's a game. It's a very, very difficult game. I know that I'm going to get this, and I really feel like self-reflection is the way of getting there. So I hope you guys had a good week, and I hope this helps somebody. Later.